knew? Like, I've always kind of wanted to have a syndrome. I've never been diagnosed with anything. But
you Googled that to see if there was anybody else like you?
I did, yeah. Before we begin, let's thank our great sponsors. And if you want information on how to become one, you can go to jasonbailey.com. Much love to Inspect All Pest Services, because bugs, termites, and critters, they don't belong in your house. Inspect All handles pest control, termite protection, and wildlife removal. Here's the number one reason to use them. One company that does it right the first time. Bonus, they also take care of insulation, pressure washing, and gutter maintenance all across Atlanta. Less calls, less stress, better results. InspectAllServices.com. If life makes you Google lawyer, call the Aurora Law Firm, led by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora. This Georgia-based team handles criminal defense, white-collar cases, DUI, expungements, and more. Nationwide. Number one reason to call the Mad Dog, they know the system and how to beat it. The Aurora Law Firm, because oops needs backup. TheAuroraLawFirm.com. Life gets heavy. Stress, work, relationships, all of it. That's where Ridgeline Counseling can help. Led by Dr. David Markwell and a team of 10 therapists, Ridgeline offers in-person sessions at 3 of his Georgia locations: East Cobb, Marietta, and McKaysville, or virtual visits wherever you're at and most comfortable with. Number one reason to choose Ridgeline, you don't have to do it alone. Ridgeline Counseling. Real help when you need it. MarkwellTherapy.com. Power goes out, not at your house, if you call Alternate Power Solutions. They're a family-owned Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012, handling sales, installation, service, and repair for home standby and portable generators across Georgia and Tennessee. Here's the number one reason to use them. You don't pay a dime until the job is done and you're 100% happy. Every customer gets an upgraded warranty, free monitoring with a service contract, flexible financing, and they actually keep generators and parts in stock, plus an A+ rating with the BBB. All you have to do is call 770-853-7571 or visit poweringgeorgia.com for a free home assessment. Use the discount code Bailey for $500 off your entire installation. Alternate Power Solutions, because losing power shouldn't mean losing your mind. Looking for the ultimate wellness boost? Meet Alive Ozone Therapy Spa, Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa. From ozone therapy to red light therapy, halo therapy, presso therapy, PEMF grounding mats, and even in-house ozone-infused products, Alive Ozone Therapy Spa's got everything to help you feel amazing, inside and out. Repair, rejuvenate, and restore your body. Here's the number one reason to try Alive Ozone Therapy Spa, because they combine cutting-edge therapies with natural holistic care. Go online to AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. Use the discount code BS10 for 10% off your services and products. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa, because feeling your best shouldn't be optional. Thanks to all of our sponsors. And with that being said, let's begin the show.
Hey, good looking. It's the Bailey Show podcast. JasonBailey.com. It's a website.
Yeah. There it is. Episode 479. It's the Bailey Show podcast. It is a guy show women love to listen to with a side of laughs. Woo. Freebie episode, by the way.
That's now?
That's now.
Now.
I had a dream that those people should subscribe to get all the episodes.
I had a dream.
And it was wet and juicy and moist. You can do that, jasonbailey.com. Like I say, the best subscribers are those one in the hospital, only have a few weeks left to live, because then they'll forget, and they're a subscriber for life. But, if I don't get subscribers, you're a lifeline of this podcast, this BPX thing we do, then I got to change some shit up. Same with sponsors. All in the BPX, as the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows, 5 days a week, one feed, jasonbailey.com. All right. Get some merch, sign up for the newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, you're just stupid. Like, you're just dumb.
Dummy.
You're a big dumb face. Merch is up there. Questions for the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, are great sponsors. Also would like to get some more sponsors. So if you know somebody, again, if I don't get this stuff, then changes will be made this year. I know I keep talking about it and stuff, and some of you are talking about it on social media. I'm just trying to be real with y'all. That's all. I'm just telling you, with a live ozone therapy spa and where we're at right now and where we're about to be because of some things that are about to happen. We discussed that in the sub episode that releases on Tuesday on 478. I'm just not going to have time, like all the time that I put in here. I got to look at my ROI, so, got to make some changes. Anyway, thanks for being here. My name is Jason Bailey. Right there, that's the Bald Badger, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. Hey. As far as changes go, I will say this, though, and this is why you got to listen to all the episodes. You got Honey, I Raise the Kids on Mondays, the BS Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, with Tuesdays and Thursdays being for subscribers, and then Friday, the Vinyl Road podcast. There will be some changes made to that. This week, there will not be an episode of the Vinyl Road podcast, and the reason being is that Brad, my partner for that podcast, has decided to move on. His schedule is not going to allow him to do it. Things with the band Saliva that he's in. He's also got his real estate stuff, his family stuff. It's time consuming, right? I mean, this stuff is time consuming. And when you do not, get, your ROI from it, as far as sponsors and or subs and whatnot, if this isn't your business, this isn't your world, this isn't your passion like it is mine, it's a tough pill to swallow. I totally get it. I really, really get it. So it was just, we got to, I think, 39 episodes, Brad and I did, and we were able to launch the Vinyl Road podcast, which was great, which was, when the concept, when I came up with it, the Phil Fridays was there's two different shows that I wanted to do, one or the other. It was one, either a music show, or two, a health show. And the music show kind of moved a little faster because the person I was going to do the health show stuff didn't pan out. And then Brad came into the picture, and then it just seemed like a perfect marriage. And we did some great work. I mean, we had some really, really good shows. We had some great guests. We got some really bad press,
There's that.
And I think
Which
that
didn't have anything to do with this decision.
Nah, I mean, I think it had a little bit to do. I mean, like when you're not used to this and criticism, I don't want to say it's tough to understand, because it's just like, if you don't need it, then why would you put yourself out there? Right. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of played a part in it as well. I mean, Brad and I, there's no heat. There's no, just because we're doing something different and there's reasons for it. It's all good. It was just a business decision. That's all it is. So don't overthink it. Don't get crazy. There's nothing, I just talked to him the other day. We're talking about something else, and it's okay. There's nothing more to it other than that. I'm just telling you that that change is going to be made. So your next question, your next question is the Vinyl Road, will it still continue? Yeah, it's going to continue. And you're like, well, will there be somebody else? Yes, there will be somebody else. We'll just slide that person in, and we'll still talk rock and roll. Then you go, who is that person? And I will tell you when it happens. Is that person already selected? Yes, they are. They've agreed to it. Are they a rock star? No, they're not. So why are they doing the Vinyl Road podcast? Well, we all like music. What kind of criteria, what kind of resume do they have? Oh, they've got a long resume. They've got a very long resume. So 35 years plus in the music business. That's a long resume. So you'll just have to wait and see. We should be back rocking and rolling, pun intended, by next Friday. So that's that. That's my explanation of that. But there's no heat. There's no drama. It is what it is. And Brad will still come back on every once in a while when he has time, and he's going to join the show. Love him like a brother. Do anything for him. Sure, he would say the same. It's no big deal. So that's it.
There it is.
That's it. So you okay? You look stoned.
I'm so whooped, dude.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering,
life's coming hard right now.
Are you here? Or you look like a zombie right now? Your eyes are so glassy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's glasses back on so you can't see it.
Do you get distracted easily? Are you an easily phase out type of person?
No.
Really? You look like
No, not at all.
Yeah, because I'll look at you sometimes when we're doing the show, and you'll just be like,
I'm focused. I'm intent. What's Bailey gonna say next?
Bullshit. That's so not it.
Bated breath. I'm waiting on.
I'm going to tell you about a condition that I didn't know existed, and you probably don't know it exists. I have it. There's no doubt about it. Now that I know that it exists, and the only reason I know that it exists is because I went to the Google to see if something exists for this condition, in which now I found out that I have.
Dude, it's just dandruff, not a big deal.
That condition is PSD. I suffer from PSD. Do you know what PSD is?
Photoshop document.
No, I don't suffer from Photoshop document. I suffer from PSD, according to Google. What is PSD?
I took my way. I got nothing.
You don't want to guess, like match up names with letters?
I'm psychosomatic, attic insane.
Well, if you look at PTSD, which would be post, you could
Traumatic.
probably say P is post. So it's PSD stands for post-series depression. This is
Is that a real thing?
It is, yeah. This is, well, kind of. It's feeling sad after finishing a TV show is a recognized non-clinical phenomena known as PSD, or post-series depression syndrome. It is common temporary feeling of emptiness, loneliness, or loss because you have become deeply invested in a fictional world and its characters. So I suffer from PSD, and so does my wife, me probably more than her, after, for the most part, binge watching Justified on Hulu. I was wondering why I was feeling empty. It's because I need my Raylan Givens. I need my Boyd Crowder. It's a thing when you get invested in a show like that and it's done and you have nothing.
How many seasons are there?
Like 7.
And you started watching it when?
Day ago? No, I'm just kidding. Not that long ago, a couple weeks ago.
I know. You finished 7 seasons already?
Think about The Blacklist, that 22 seasons, give or take. And we got that done real quick.
I'm on season 2.
Yeah, we were watching. We watch like 3 episodes a night, because they're like 30-ish minutes. Okay. So we're in front of the TV, and then we get in bed. So we might watch 3 or 4 episodes a night of something. We're on this show called The Blind Spot right now, which is pretty good. But Justified, oh my God, like Blacklist and Justified, I don't think I've ever been so enthralled by a television show. Like the characters, like the Raylan Givens and the Boyd Crowder characters in Justified are really good characters. And the actors that brought the characters to life really, really did a good job.
Is that Oliphant and Goggins?
Yeah, all of Timothy Oliphant and Walter Goggins. So the show, and here's the other thing, kind of like Animal Kingdom or Blacklist, these were all network shows at one time that I never watched. I heard of The Blacklist, never even attempted to watch it on network television. I think I might have heard of Justified. It was on FX, never attempted to watch it. Animal Kingdom, I knew was on TNT because when I was in Georgia, the guy that I worked with endorsed the show horribly. I didn't even know what it was about. That was outside of the little wokey stuff that was in there. That was a great show. Great show. Great. Yeah. Until, like all these shows are good until they lose like one of the characters, with Animal Kingdom, the main mom, when they lost her and she left the show for personal reasons, the show kind of took a turn. Blacklist, the same thing. When Megan Boone left and she was the main character, they killed.
Wait, what?
Spoiler alert.
Damn it, Bailey.
That kind of changed the, you knew it was coming to an end. Justified, they kept all the like the main characters stayed there from day one, which gives you a totally different show. So if you haven't watched Justified, me and my wife, this is what you do when you have a successful and a happy relationship. You have story programs. We've had this conversation. So a couple will have their story program that they share, and then you can have your own individual story programs. Like my wife won't watch any war shows. She's not really big into like war action-y type of stuff. because of what she went through with, her daughter's husband and him being killed in war. Totally understandable. So if
Daughter's
I want to watch,
father.
What's that?
Daughter's father?
Yeah, daughter's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did I say?
Daughter's husband.
Yeah, daughter's father. Yeah, daughter's father. Sorry. So if I want to watch a show like that, that'll be my story program. All right, that makes sense. It gives us something to share. It's good, and we're excited about it. We found Justified. It was actually, I think, suggested by a two-peer. I'm almost positive it was suggested by a two-peer, because we were talking about The White Lotus, which Walter Coggins is in, and they're like, you should watch Justified. So we start watching Justified. It is about Timothy Oliphant is technically the main character. He is a United States Marshal. Walter Coggins is the bad guy, the ultimate bad guy. And it starts out with Timothy Oliphant, which his name is Raylan Givens, based out of the Miami office, gets transferred to the Kentucky office, where we soon find out that's where he was from. That's where he grew up. And
he went from Kentucky to Miami and back to Kentucky?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Because he was a troublemaker, so it was kind of like almost a punishment. But they had a situation in where he grew up in the mountains of Kentucky, which the rules are different there. And you got all these different families and this hillbilly way of doing things.
Bill McCoy type deal.
Correct. Yeah. So they bring him in to get it all done. Then you insert the different women in his life and his boss and the people that he works with. Everything was so good. Now, like any other network television, made for network television show, you start to get to the blueprint of the show. It's like, okay, it starts here, it does this, it does this, it does this. But you can't take anything away from good acting and good character development. This show was that. It was really, really good. So if you're looking for a binge-watchy show, Justified, it's on Hulu. Really, really good. Walter Coggins' character, Boyd Crowder.
Walton Goggins. I want to correct you finally.
Is it Walter or Walton?
Walton Goggins.
Like, good night, John Boy. Walton.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Walton Goggins. With a G.
What an odd name.
I only learned that from the Walton Goggins goggle glasses commercial that he kept doing to pimp like Gemini or Copilot or whatever it was.
Yeah. That's such a tricky name. That's
It
kind of
so tricky.
Yeah, I would be mad at my parents. I wonder if he had issues in school, like all the time.
Probably why he's an actor.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
What do you know him as?
Like what character?
Yeah.
The transvestite from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, he was in Sons of Anarchy?
He was a woman. Well, kind of. Woman.
Really?
Great rack. Yeah. He made a really good drag queen. He wasn't a drag queen. He was a tranny. It's not the same thing. Walton Goggins. SOA. Yeah, he was perfect. Here we go. Ready for this rack?
Yeah. Shut up. Okay, so that's funny you say that. So we started watching Sons of Anarchy. Like we were looking for a new show.
Oh, man.
And
I loved it.
So we're like in the first couple episodes. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I'm sure it'll get better, but I'm not a huge fan.
Did you watch Yellowstone?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, so think of Yellowstone on motorcycles, and now you've seen Sons of Anarchy.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, Taylor Sheridan was in Sons of Anarchy, so he took the blueprint and created this whole new universe.
Was he really?
Yeah, he's the cop. That's Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, okay.
The sheriff in the first couple episodes, not the sheriff, the lieutenant, the second in command cop, the young guy, looks like an All-American football player. That's Taylor Sheridan.
Hold on.
We got big things happening on telephone.
Yeah, my daughter called me. Like, that's just weird.
That's odd. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, she's like, and I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, that's even more weird.
She's got a question about brisket.
I hope so. I hope so. God, I hope so. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I did not know that. I did not know that Taylor Sheridan. Did he say that he took the blueprint from Sons of Anarchy?
No, but it's obvious.
It's
so it's totally obvious. Yeah, he's like, okay, so Kurt Sutter or whatever that created Sons of Anarchy. It's all about the mom, the dad, how that affects the family and their tribe and their inner circle and this. And it's so when he left there, he's like, I can do that on horses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Yellowstone kind of came from. And I don't think he's ever said that out loud, but there's too many parallels for it to not be accurate.
Well, I know, something I like about Taylor Sheridan is like his career is a receipt. So because he's not a good actor and he learned that the hard way, where he was, I think the story goes, he was 11th on the call sheet. And somebody told him one day that you'll always be 11 on the call sheet. And he was like, all right. And that's when he went and started writing Yellowstone. Is because it was all a receipt, which is, I love the receipt stories. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Side note, another receipt story. So this company that we use for Alive for our software, it does everything: lead management, scheduling, checking in and out, all that stuff. And we pay a lot of money for this. Our app, it's called Mind Body. Well, I've had a lot of issues with this company since we've been using them. So I was like, enough is enough. And I'm going to look at some other companies out there. So there's one that keeps popping up. It's called Wellness Living. So I reached out to them, started a conversation. They're like, hey, we'll buy out your contract. And this is how we work. They're trying to get everybody's business for Mind Body. So I do this demo and I'm looking through everything, and it's very similar, but all these little issues that I had with this Mind Body company, it's like they fixed, like they specifically, these little things that drove me nuts, they fixed. So I asked the girl, I'm like, it's odd that you guys do A, B, and C differently. It's almost like you guys are in my head and knew that bothered me. And she goes, well, we were. So what does that mean? She goes, the guy that started this company was a client of Mind Body, and all those things that you're talking about right now drove him insane. So he had a successful gym business like in Canada or something. So we got investors, developed the software, and went through every issue that he had and created Wellness Living. And I said, that's all you got to say. Sign me up. I'm in. And she goes, really? I said, yeah, I will follow anyone with a receipt story. There's not a bigger motivator than to want to have a receipt. Not a bigger motivator. You need that fire in your belly. You need that anger. You need people telling you that you suck, that you're not going to amount to anything, that you're always going to be 11th on the call sheet. Without that, you can't have that success. I firmly believe that. The most successful people are doing it as a receipt, without a doubt.
What's interesting about that 11th on the call sheet? He puts himself in everything that he creates. He creates a character for him to play. That's probably like 11th on the call sheet anyway.
You're probably right. I mean, you think about Yellowstone, his character, the guy with the Sixes Ranch, right? I mean, that's without a doubt. I mean, that's at least 11.
Supporting role.
Yeah, supporting role. Yeah, without it.
And
he's a bad actor. He's not
good.
He's horrible.
But he looks great.
Oh, he's jacked.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beautiful specimen of a human. So put him on there somewhere. Don't give him a whole lot of lines.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him on there as a cowboy. Now he's just playing himself. An arrogant cowboy. He's like, yeah, I can do that perfectly.
Right, yeah.
Let's do that. In 1883, he played a lawman. Mm-hmm. Ooh, what a stretch.
If Bon Jovi can play a cowboy in Young Guns 2, then you can play a cowboy in Yellowstone, okay?
Bon Jovi's never been better than he has in the new State Farm commercial.
Oh, yeah, those are good. So anyway, have you seen the new U.S. Marshals, the new Taylor Sheridan?
I saw the last 10 minutes and the first 5. I missed the middle. I had something else going on. I don't remember what it was, but I couldn't believe. Are we letting spoilers out yet, or are we there?
There's nothing to let out.
I mean the one big one.
Well, his wife's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows that though. That was
Now, but I thought she was going to be part of the new show. That was a thing.
Yeah, I mean I liked her character. I think off camera she was a handful.
Well, the guy that plays oh God, what's the kid's name?
Luke Grimes.
Yeah, Luke Grimes. Apparently, he's like a producer or something on the show. He's actually the one that called her and said, "Just so you know, you're dead."
Yeah,
and he said that was one of the hardest phone calls he had to make.
Right, I read that too. Yeah, but I don't think it was his call to kill her off.
No, but it was. He got tasked with telling her about it. Like, you're not going to be on this new show, so don't get your hopes up.
Well, it does help with the storyline. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they could have done
clears path for something else.
Yeah, because the first episode, there's this issue within the area of poisoning the water, which then is the reason why she was killed off, because she got cancer from the poisonous water. So the Native Americans are suffering, so they start to protest, and then you have the outside influence. And why do you have the outside influence? So you have the Indian the Indian tribal guy, he's in it. His sidekick, which is a great character, he's in it. Luke Grimes is in it. They introduce 4 new characters within the U.S. Marshal's office.
The hot chick.
Both of them.
Well, there's the one that's from Orlando, Ariel Keeble.
Oh, really? The blonde?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
girl.
blondish. No, the blonde. Yeah, the pretty white chick.
Oh, I didn't know she was from here.
Yeah, she's like Winter Garden, Claremont. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. She was on Soul Plane. John Tucker Must Die.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's a big to-do, huh?
I mean, yeah, she's grown up very attractive. Holy crap.
She's grown up very attractive. It's funny. He's like a caveman.
I kind of am.
She grew up very attractive. Me want pee-pee touch her. I watch TV show. Make pee-pee big, long, grow. Whoa.
Damn it. I keep trying to come up with something. You keep going back to my pee-pee, and it's pretty damn funny.
I Ben Badger. I talk girl like this because caveman get girl. Touch pee-pee. I like you show new U.S. Marshal Orlando girl. Ooh, 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 ooh.
It's so easy, even a badger can do it.
Yeah, right. It's funny. I didn't know that. Yeah. Anyway, did not know this, that you can come down with a condition after watching a television show and becoming sad or depressed. PSD, post-series depression or post-series depression syndrome, is a common temporary feeling of emptiness, loneliness, or loss because you've become extremely invested in a fictional world or its characters. Who knew? Like, I've always kind of wanted to have a syndrome. I've never been diagnosed with anything. But
you Googled that to see if there was anybody else like you?
I did, yeah. Because after Justified, I was like, I'm feeling some type of way. I want to be a part of everybody else in this world that's got something wrong with them. Maybe a doctor will start shoving pills down my throat and I'll have an excuse for every shortcoming in my life. I need some kind of acronym in my world. Well, now I got it. I'm a PTSD. Now look, if I snap out of it, it's even better because I'm a PSD survivor, which is even cooler, and then I can write a book, start a blog, get on a reality show or something. Like, I'm now part of society because I have this. Thank you, Justified. Thank you, Timothy Oliphant. Thank you, Walton Goggins.
Hey, all right.
All right.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had PSD?
No. I fill in the blanks. My medicine that I get prescribed is a movie. Watch a movie every now and then.
Yeah, the problem with the movie is that it's not ongoing. Like, if you had our lifestyle, like our schedule, you would understand that this works better than a movie. So we'll watch movies, especially Rach, and a lot of the same movies over and over again, like when we're going to bed. So if we miss something, there's nothing to miss.
You've already seen it.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, tell me again, what's your popcorn trick? I was thinking about this. Is it cheese? American cheese? Popcorn?
Yeah, so popcorn, Parmesan, cheese, garlic salt, or garlic powder. It's better for you. And then a little Old Bay. Put some Old Bay on there. Old Bay you can put on anything. And then you get cheese slices. Now as bad as
craft thing.
Yeah, as bad as the processed cheese is for you, it does taste better in this world. So you get the cheese slices, and then you rip a little piece of cheese off, and you wrap it around some popcorn. Pop it in your mouth. It's delicious.
Okay. Yeah, I remembered being intrigued by that, but I couldn't remember what the recipe was. So I want to try that soon.
Yeah. You can come over and we can share cheese and popcorn and everything.
Watch a movie? Rom-com. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. The Proposal, just you and me.
The Notebook.
The Notebook. The Vow. How about The Vow? Or Dying Young or whatever that movie is. Oh, my God.
The Vow.
Dudes, movies never. Movies.
Another Nicholas Sparks one.
Movies never to watch with a dude, like two dudes. Movies never for two dudes to watch at the same time at the same place.
Yeah, anything Nicholas Sparks.
The Vow, Notebook,
Walk to Remember.
Yeah, Titanic.
Yeah,
Dying Young.
Can't happen.
Yeah, The Proposal,
Birdcage.
Like, words never spoken. Your buddy calls you like, "Hey, dude, you want to come over, have a beer, eat some popcorn, and watch The Vow?" That's when you end that relationship. Like,
yeah, man. You know what? I got to do something.
Right. Exactly.
Lose your number.
Only thing a dude should be inviting you over to watch is like a sporting event.
I mean, or like something that blows up.
Yeah, like Die Hard.
Yeah, you can totally share Die Hard with a dude.
Yeah. But what if he like, oh man, I meant my VHS got erased. It's The Vows on there. We're gonna have to watch that instead. Like, do you leave?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
like really quick.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, this got way too intense and took a strange turn. I think you just tried to create a date, and that's not okay. We have to create boundaries with each other.
So let me go back to this Justified thing, because there's something I want to bring up out of it. So Walton Goggins, saying that right? Goggins.
Yep.
Walton Goggins. What a fucked up name, man.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins, great actor, fantastic actor. He plays the bad guy that you love. His name is Boyd Crowder, and he's part of the Crowder family that, along with the Givens family, and there's another family, they've got history in the mountains of Kentucky. And, they're like gangs, just their families. Like, one's going to run the weed, one's going to run the heroin, one's going to run. So that kind of stuff. Moonshine back in the day. Anyway, Boyd Crowder gets out of jail, and he's very dangerous. Kills a lot of people and stuff. But he's kind of like that. He's the bad guy you love. Like, you don't even love to hate. You just love to love. Like, you kind of understand where he's coming from. And he's very articulate, very smart.
A likable villain.
Extremely likable villain. And I'm watching, as we went through all these seasons of Justified, I kept thinking every time, I'm going, if you were to rank, let's say, the best 10 villains in television and or movie history, but namely television, he would be up there. He would most likely be in the top 5, I would think. I mean, can you think of a television villain that you absolutely loved?
Oh God. I had a list and I blanked on it and I didn't bring it. There was something I was thinking about with a villain and I've forgotten the show completely. And now that's all I can focus on. I loved Ron Perlman in Sons of Anarchy. I'm going back to that one though. Loved him in that. He was a perfect villain.
What? Well, okay. So I'm not a Sons of Anarchy. I've only gotten through a couple seasons. I thought he was the good guy. Like I thought that motorcycle gang was the good guy.
The more that you get into it, I mean, how much do you want me to give away? It's an old show, so you should know shit by now, but
right. So I'm assuming he turns heel at some point.
he always has been.
Oh, he always
You
has.
just don't know it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the whole premise of Sons of Anarchy, for those of you that have been under a rock, is Jax Teller. He finds this writing that his dad had done before he died.
Mhm.
And it's what he wished the motorcycle club would be, could become, all these things. And it's not what the club turned into. He was one of the founders of Sons of Anarchy. And Clay was one of the other founders. Clay,
The guy with the oxygen.
no, Clay is Jax's mom, Gemma. It's her husband. It's Jax's stepdad.
He's dead.
No,
Oh, he's not dead.
no, that's the guy that's the president of the club right now is Ron Perlman,
Yeah.
Hellboy.
Yeah.
That was Jax's dad's best friend.
Right.
But now Jax's dad is dead, and that guy is married to his mom. You can see where this is going.
Oh, you're gonna find out he killed him.
Boom.
Yeah, I mean that's an easy one to figure out. I mean,
Yep.
that's kind of the same story as in Justified, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, and the way things go, the way that you can see them going, is very unexpected. You know what the destination's going to be, but the journey is effed up.
Okay. So Ron Perlman's, what's his name in Sons of Anarchy?
Clay,
Oh, so he's Clay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you would say
the guy with the oxygen's Piney.
Clay is one of the best TV villains of all time.
For my flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like, yeah.
All right.
And he was consistent. Like, he wanted to be good, but he knew he sucked, so he just stuck to what he knew he's good at.
I think the best villains are the ones that you like. You know, I mean, and that's a societal mindset, by the way. I mean, everything goes back to wrestling, which I know some of you laugh at that, but there's a lot of truth into that. Again, wrestling, like WWE, is the only, it's the only medium that can mind fuck you in real life and on TV. There's nothing else that exists. You know it's not real, but you want to believe it's real. Whether you're there in person or watching on TV, there's nothing else in the world that does that to its fan base. That's why it's so amazing. I'm not talking about the actual product. I'm just talking about what the mindset is behind it. So if you look at the Attitude Era of the WWE, which arguably could be said is the time that saved professional wrestling, like it was in a kind of a lull, you know, and there were two different companies that were battling it out. And the one-time company of all companies, WWF at the time, started to lose to WCW. But then this Attitude Era started to develop. But it wasn't just the WWE. You really have to look at ECW, which was this underground promotion based out of Philadelphia that had all these future stars and stars that came from, you know, the WWE and WCW, but they were doing things that were just crazy. Like they were allowing the fans to bring weapons. They would say things like, if you were to, like you could bring a door to the event, throw the door in the ring, and they would use it. So this is where Bubba Ray made his name. He and Devon in ECW. If there were camera phones around at that time, none of these people would be accepted in the real world. Like there are things that I know Bubba had said as when he cut like the promo on the girl that's kind of infamous that it's out there, but not out there. Holy shit. Some of the things that these guys were saying, like to the fan, to play the heel. I mean, they're playing characters, but they were over the top. My point is it was a societal change. You know, you look, and this was starting in the 90s into the early 2000s. So we're in a different mindset, right? We're a little bit angry. We're this and this and that. You're developing characters like Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is the poster child for my point, is he's the bad guy you loved. He was the bad guy you loved because he was doing all the things that you would do, but you can't do. He was going after the boss. He hated the boss. He spoke out against the company.
I know one that I was going to ask you about because to me they feel like the actual villain. Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter's a good example. Dexter, bad guy, murderer, right? But
serial killer.
yeah, serial killer. But there's something about him that you like, and it's almost justifies what he does, right?
You feel bad for him.
Correct. Yeah.
You sympathize. It's weird.
So some other Rolling Stone put together a list of some of the top TV villains. The governor from The Walking Dead. He doesn't fit into the definition that we're talking about right now.
The governor, is that to do with the barbed wire baseball bat?
No. He was a great bad guy. That's what's his name? Great actor. The governor was the one that took off Scott Wilson's head.
Okay.
That was a big episode. That was a huge.
I never really got into Walking Dead.
Oh,
I had a conspiracy theory about it, but I never watched the whole thing.
Believe it or I never thought about this. Who do you think the bad guy in Seinfeld was?
Newman.
Antagonist. Yeah, Newman. Yeah.
Really?
They put Newman on here.
Hello, Jerry.
Boyd Crowder, number 14 on this list.
Boyd Crowder.
Yeah, there you go. From Justified.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Never seen it, by the way. I'll have to watch it.
Jip Rossetti, Boardwalk Empire. That was a good show. He was a good bad guy. He's always been a good bad guy.
I don't think I've ever seen Boardwalk Empire.
J.R. Ewing, Dallas.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that show.
Montgomery Burns, The Simpson.
Skeletor.
Oh, are you on the same list? You seeing it?
No, is that on there?
Yeah, Skeletor is on.
No, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones. I don't know.
Nope, never saw it once. Never saw one Game of Thrones.
Olivia Soprano, The Sopranos, number 3.
Okay.
Marlo Stanfield, The Wire. I want to watch The Wire. I never watched The Wire.
Never saw The Wire. That's the one with the bald guy.
Yeah. Benjamin Linus, number 1 from Lost. Never got into Lost either.
Lost me pretty quick. When there was a polar bear running through the wilderness, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes and never really got into it. But anyway, so Boyd Crowder, if you're going through bad guys in television history, he plays a really good one. I mean, that almost makes the show. Also, the relationship between and it sums it up from beginning to end, the relationship between Raylan Givens and Boyd Crowder, because they go way back to digging coal together in this coal mining town.
Oh, so they were bros.
Kind of, yes. But and you'll see this, the very last line of the entire show explains their relationship it just kind of sums up there's more important things in life than a badge, money, and women and drugs and all these other things. There's more to it. And here's another good thing. When you're ending a show, it shouldn't end when people think it's going to end. You get to a certain scene and you're like, okay, that's the last line. It seems like the last line by the inflection and all this other stuff. And then it goes off into something else. And then it ends a different way. So it's almost like you get a little bit extra than what you thought you were going to get.
I love it when they do that after the credits. So they have what you think is the last line, and then the credits go, and then there's one more scene to set you up for the next thing.
Yeah.
And you get used to that. You have to wait for the credits every week. I love that.
And no show is ever going to end the way you want it to end, because it ends. No one likes when things end. That's why it's the end. No one likes the end.
Man, you're deep today. Damn.
You can't. It's a great line from Cocktail with Tom Cruise, when he's like, nobody likes it when it's over. That's why it's over, because it's over, and he goes in that whole spiel when he breaks up with the older rich chick. It's so true and so profound. The Blacklist, when that ended, again, PSD, it was tough, but I understood why they ended it that way, but you really had to have been paying attention to know that made sense. Like I think the Blacklist went maybe 3 seasons too long.
Okay.
They did a lot of filler episodes because it was about the Blacklist, which they brought to the FBI to get all these bad guys, off the street, out of the, whatever. But the main part of it was between the characters, and then they had also the other characters had issues like, this character's got a pill problem. This character's, in witness protection. And it was just like too much going on. I thought Justified, even though they had those offshoot types of things, it all kind of came back and it still explained it. Really good show, really smart show. And they ended it when they should have ended it. 7 seasons, that was perfect. That seems to be the sweet spot. 7 seasons is good. Back in the day, if you had a sitcom on network television, the goal was to have 3 seasons. And if you could have 3 or more seasons, you're set for the rest of your life because you would make money in syndication.
Residuals, yeah.
Yeah, residuals. That was the mindset then. Now I'm sure it's totally different with the way that streaming pays out. I mean, look at what it's done to the music business. Back in the day, you just had to have a successful album, a CD that sold for $15, and you got the majority of that money. Now, musicians are making 0.003% on 1 million streams, give or take, or whatever it is, night and day. And songs are based off of algorithms. That's why you can't find real music, lyrical music in the mainstream anymore, because it doesn't fit the algorithm. And it's all about the algorithm. It just got to play on TikTok for 5 seconds. That's all you need. And that's how songs are made nowadays. They're all algorithm based. Science is over art. Same thing with radio. And what you hear on the radio, it's all algorithm based. Those people that behind the microphone are not happy with what they're doing. They're just being yelled at by some dude that's never done it before, telling them, hey, look, if you want to be successful, you've got to say it like this in this amount of time and at the beginning, and away you go. And they're like, okay, I guess.
You think Jelly Roll is a created thing?
Well, I don't think the artists are created by an algorithm factory, but I think the algorithm factory record labels will come to them and say, hey, look, this is a good song, but this needs to be changed to fit the algorithm. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's going to be some that are going to escape, and then, you add the marketing and all that stuff into it. But I don't say it like it's a horrible thing, because
no, I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Just because the word algorithm sounds negative because you're chasing the hug. We've always had it. I mean, you go back to the early 2000s when we started to see the societal shift and how our attention span dropped, and there are no more, like, think about the songs, the rock songs. What did they get rid of? What was the big thing that rock always had that most rock fans loved, that in the early 2000s, even the late 90s, they stopped having within the song?
Guitar solos. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you would break out a 30-second guitar solo in a song. They dropped it. That shortened the song 30 seconds. That was a lot. That was huge for radio. Mm-hmm. So instead of a 4:15 song, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, now we're under 4 minutes. That's great. That means 30 seconds of a commercial that could be played somewhere.
One of my favorite songs ever, partially for this reason, was so short, they normally would play it twice.
What song was that?
Roll to Me from Delamitri.
Yeah, that was a very short song.
2 minutes and 12 seconds, I think. So they would play it twice.
Well, I had them. Look, dude, when I was doing nighttime radio and I had to play a bunch of music, but I wanted to do a good amount of talk as well, they gave me the power to drop certain songs at the end of the hour if I was going over. So I had to try to time up the top of the hour as much as possible. So I had my Blur song 2s. I had my Alice in Chains, Wood. I had my There's a couple other in
Your
there.
quickies.
Yeah, if I had to swap out a Metallica song, Fuel, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that's shortest Fuel song that they do. I mean, shortest Metallica song that they do. Tool, I was just SOL. So like,
Yeah,
there are just certain songs, especially pop punk songs that were great to just slide in there. So, but anyway, the algorithm is a real thing, but the algorithm's always been around. So there's always been the idea, the algorithm of trying to fit societal norms. The problem that I have with it is that it's not foolproof. It's safe for people in executive positions to save their jobs. That's all it is. In radio, in the early 2000s, we got what's called the PPM, personal people meters. And it was a different way. No, 2010s.
I believe it's purple people eaters is what you're trying to say.
Purple people meters. And that was the new way to get ratings for radio. 33% accurate. People's lives were based off of technology that was 33% accurate. And they would send out these little Walkmans to people, pay them $50 to listen. And the way that radio ratings work is that it picks up radio waves on the frequency. And then if you're able to have one person listen, it's now 3 minutes, but for 5 minutes, then you would get a share, so they'd have to listen for 5 full minutes every quarter hour. Pretty difficult thing to do, especially if you're playing a song that they don't like, which I've always said music is more polarizing than anything else. Right. But again, radio started to do radio based off of the algorithm. And right when the PPM came out, heritage, legendary radio people were fired. They had a show that was in first place that dropped to last place because of this. And they're like, you're not going to work. You're too old. You don't get it. You're out of here. 30 years in this market. You're done. I saw it happen a lot. Then you had people changing what they've always done successfully. And they sounded like shit because of this. Everybody's freaking out. And the know-it-alls were saying, oh, talk radio is not going to work. The only thing that's going to last in PPM world is urban radio. And it's amazing. All these people that were wrong, the consultants and the coaches and the management, they all still have jobs. But talent does not have jobs. The talent doesn't have a job. It was the talent's fault that they were wrong. I mean, but it was all about the algorithm. There's all things, get into everything, 7 to 11 seconds. You have 7 seconds to grab somebody's attention. Make sure you're teasing. Okay. So that was the big thing. Make sure you're teasing when you go into break, and don't say you're going into break. Don't tell people you're not going to be entertaining for the next 12 minutes. Just do it, but tease what's coming up afterwards. I don't understand. How do I tell people that I'm coming back and what I'm coming back with, but you don't want me to tell them that I'm not coming back? So that none of these people have been behind a microphone to do it, but yet they're telling you how to do it. And if you couldn't figure out this,
don't think, do.
Don't think, just do. It was the wildest time, and it still exists in radio today. I can hear it, like with shows, especially here locally, that have consultants that I know. I can hear the consultant in the show. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, oh my God. And the radio personalities aren't smart enough or don't have the balls to go to the management and say, this is not right. This is not going to work. This doesn't fit. So what will happen is they'll get 0 ratings. The consultant still gets paid. Their bosses still get paid. They'll still have jobs, but the radio DJs are going to get fired. It's amazing how this works. There's a show here locally with 2 people that I know that should not be paired together. I've worked with one of them, and she's extremely talented, like rock star talented, but not being utilized properly. Like, all you have to do is a quick resume check and an air check to see how good she is in a certain environment. But yet they put her in this environment and she's a parrot. Whoa. Okay. Like, what are you doing? You don't utilize the talent. I mean, this girl is extremely talented, and you have her parking cars. It's obscene, but none of them had the balls to go, and maybe that's a good thing. I mean, look at me. That's why I'm here.
Job security.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's why I'm not in radio, because I got bulls. No, maybe that's not it. Maybe it's just I'm an idiot, because I would go and I'd say, hey, look, this is my show. This is my brand. This is not going to work. This is not me. This is not our audience. I'd get in trouble for it all the time. You just listen and pay attention. The douchebag market manager in Atlanta. Oh, that guy knew everything. Oh, he was just, I mean, when he wasn't cheating on his wife with the salesman or the sales checks or trying to, he just was brilliant. I'll never forget his wife drunk one night at a Christmas party saying, he's envious of you guys behind the microphone because he never could do it. And I knew that day one when I met him. He was the, little engine that couldn't. He always wanted to be. So he's like, if I can't, I'm going to be in power and live vicariously through and make the decisions. This guy's fucking horrible. He's a total nerd. And he would say the dumbest things, and we would have consultants, and these consultants would say the dumbest things. They're like, yeah, I've got a black female radio personality that's extremely successful in another part of the country that plays a lot of music, and she does this bit I think would be great for you. Okay. I'm not a black female.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not the same audience. We don't play music, and we're not in that part of the country. Why do you think that would work for us? Oh, because it works for her. Gotcha. Okay. And that's what you trust in. And they're always right. But when you question it and go, I don't think it's going to, or can we tweak it, or can we change it? Then you're difficult to work with. It's absolutely amazing. I was never the Walton Goggins, the bad guy that, that people would want to, that you liked. I was just the bad guy, I was the bad guy. Anyway, I don't know how I got onto that kick thing, but we were talking about the good guy, bad guy, right? Razor Ramon, WWF at the time, Scott Hall, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. God rest his soul. He was the bad guy. He called himself the bad guy, right? He was like, I'm the bad guy. He's like, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy you love. I'm the bad guy you love to hate, that kind of thing. Even in his Hall of Fame speech was one of the best Hall of Fame speeches ever.
Was he the one with the toothpick?
Yeah, the toothpick, right? He was the bad guy, but he became the bad guy that you liked. And in those days, it was supposed to be black and white. Good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. Scott Hall was one of the first bad guys that he didn't have to be like a bad guy turned good guy, bad. He was a bad guy, Eddie Guerrero then took that up another level, bad guy. So my point is it's the societal changes on we as a society like the bad guy, but we want some good in our bad guy. We want to know that there's good in the bad guy. I mean, think about when you see people that get arrested. Look at the guy, Luigi, whatever, that shot the guy from the insurance company. The dude's a fucking murderer, like first degree murder on the streets, and put other people in harm's way, right? I mean, he is by definition on paper, a bad person. He's a criminal, a felon. He's got fans. People rallying because it's the point of he took a shot at the insurance company has been scamming us for forever. And they're not wrong. So he's taken out they're the bad guy. The insurance company's the bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a societal change. Superhero movies have kind of done that to us as well. And I'm so against that because I think superhero movies should be campy, old school, like holy hole in the wall, Batman. Wow, Pam, Zal. Batman, when it went dark, changed everything.
Okay, so you asked earlier the best TV villain.
Right.
What's the best villain in the history of the world?
The best villain in the history, like television, like fictional, right?
Yeah. Yes. Not. Yeah. I mean, like television, movies.
Yeah. Okay. You're not talking about like
in the. No. He's not a good. There's no such thing as a good villain that's real because they just are shitty people.
Best villain. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you ask because of like I was just saying about the insurance kid, right? So best villain in the history of all television and movies?
I have the answer.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll agree, but in my head, I'm 100% right.
I mean, yeah, I want to lean Darth Vader, but no, because he became a good guy. The Emperor was always a bad villain, but I think you can go deeper. I mean, the Emperor is the real villain of Star Wars. I guess it all depends. What do you like? What's the criteria too? I mean, you're talking about the best of the best. Like, what, like, are they just like you hate them so much, or they've done who did the worst things, like a Hannibal Lecter, or that's who you think it is?
Ding, ding, ding.
Hannibal Lecter,
without question, because he captivates. But you're so creeped out by him, and you just feel his evil oozing out of all his pores. But you want to know him better. How'd that work out?
You know? He's a good villain. There's you're talking about Anthony Hopkins.
100%. Okay. Was there another one?
Well, I think they had a TV show, right? Didn't they do the TV show?
I don't know. Not that I've ever seen, but doesn't mean that's true.
Yeah. So I can see that. I don't know. That's tough it used to be very easy with bad guys. It used to be very like, this is what I like, and this is what a bad guy is. And this is what a bad guy is. White hat, black hat, right? That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
But now the lines are blurred. Like, not all bad guys are bad guys.
So the most bad guy in the history of existence is Satan, right?
Yeah, correct.
And they came out with a show where he's likable called Lucifer.
Yeah, correct.
What?
That's what I'm talking about. The lines have been blurred over the years.
It's a little blurry.
If you're trying to find the ultimate bad guy in television history, and you have a show where Satan's the actually good guy.
He's not the good guy, but he's likable.
Likable bad guy?
Yeah.
Shows you how fucked up society is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I got an idea. Let's do a show about evil, like the essence of all evil, and people will dig it.
Well,
and
also
they did.
We'll also think about when you're watching a show. I mean, you can kind of usually predict who the bad guy, especially like a Law and Order, right? You know, like if you've ever seen that actor or actress in something else, like, okay, they're the bad guy. You just kind of know. But most of the time, the bad guy in these shows is, because they want to throw you off, is somebody that's supposed to be the good guy, right? Mm-hmm. It's the person that's being charitable and they're part of the church, and you're like, they've got to be the bad guy. And the good guy ends up being the guy that served 5 to 10, and he's, you know, trying to repay his debt to society, and he's been off drugs now for quite some time. And like, it's not black and white. It's not, okay, that's the bad guy because they're the bad guy. That's the good guy because they're the good guy. You know, the person in the church can't be the bad guy because they're in the church. Well, they're always the bad guy. In every television show that you see, it's supposed to throw us off, but that's our mindset now, is we're so hesitant to believe anybody. I mean, just watch it, 5 episodes of American Greed with the best in the business as far as voiceover work goes, Stacy Keach, and you'll see any church that you join, they're going to scam you, or any financial advisor is going to scam you. So DTA, don't trust anybody. Everybody's a bad guy. Anyway, if you've not watched Justified, I highly suggest. If you
and where do we do this?
Hulu, which is owned by Disney Plus. So I don't think you go to the Hulu app anymore. You go to the Disney Plus app, and they give you an option for Hulu up top. You can just search for it because they own that and ESPN Plus.
That's
now.
One more thing I got to buy.
Well, you buy Disney Plus and you get Hulu. I don't think you get ESPN Plus. I don't know how that works. I just hit the buttons.
All right.
But it's not cheap.
I'll see if I can get Justified. Nothing's cheap.
Yeah. It's like we paid like $60 for Disney Plus.
Yeah. See, I don't want Disney Plus. I just want Justified, Bailey.
I don't know. You might be able to find it somewhere else.
Yeah. I'll see if I can't do some digging.
Is downloading shows a thing still? Like stealing them?
Oh, like Napster style? I don't know.
I haven't heard that in forever. Like if I were to say, yeah, Justify's on Hulu, which you get on Disney Plus, you're like, I don't have that. Usually you would say, can I borrow your password? No one ever says anymore like, oh, dude, I can get it off of LimeWire or, whatever it is that you're stealing it from. That's not a thing anymore, is it? Stealing shows?
Not that I've heard of at all.
Yeah, me neither. Isn't that crazy? It was
Everybody just started anteing up for their memberships, and
everybody started playing it. Everybody started playing it straight.
Yeah.
I'm not stealing. That's not who I am. I'd rather pay the $60 a month.
Apparently, the public service announcement at the beginning of these DVDs back in the late 2000 or the late 90s,
right?
It's pirate. That's theft. You go to jail. It worked.
It worked. That's funny. All right, let's wrap this sumbitch up. Look, jasonbailey.com. Please become a subscriber. Like I said, this year is going to be kind of telling on what the BPX is going to do just because of the time that I'm going to have to spend more at a live ozone therapy spa. And I've got a couple other projects in the works. And I just have to see what's going to be most beneficial to me and my family. And if I don't get more subscribers or more sponsors, unfortunately, doing 5 shows a week just is not going to be in the cards. So I don't want that to happen, but this is a tough business to be in, right? A lot of my superpowers from being Jason Bailey, the radio guy, I think have kind of gone away, out of sight, out of mind. Now it's just down to the bare bones. You either like it or you don't, as far as the content goes. So if you dug, just us kind of bullshitting, that's kind of what we do. I mean, it's topical. It is what it is. I like to think that I give you 3 different shows 5 days a week for your $4.99. Some of you look at it differently, that I'm giving you 2 shows a week for $4.99. I don't think that's the way you should look at it, because there is a lot of work that goes into it for $5 a month. That's not asking a lot, but it is a business. And if you think that it's worthy of it, I'll be forever in your debt, as I am for my subscribers now. If not, I totally understand. No harm, no foul. And I wish you nothing but the best. But if you do want to subscribe, go to jasonbailey.com and hit the subscribe button. I'd highly appreciate it. If you're a business, this is another lifeline of this podcast network, the BPX. I need more sponsors. So if you are interested in jumping on board, it's a very simple process. One price, all the shows, newsletter, website, social media. And, if you're a type of person that wants to come on as a guest, you can come on as a guest. And also I've got couple other tricks that I haven't done yet with some sponsors. And if I can find the right ones, we can do it. So you can reach out to me on jasonbailey.com. Questions for the Mad Dog Manny Aurora. Sign up for the newsletter so you get that every week. Our merch shop and all of our socials. Make sure you like, share, follow, regurgitate, and help spread the word so we can get more people listening and on board with what we do. All right, Benjamin, you got anything before we get out?
Yes. Hiking in your late 40s, I've learned, is a great way to meet people. Recently, I went hiking and I met 3 paramedics and 2 nurses and almost Jesus.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
It's a good pause, too. That was pretty good. I like it. All right, look.
Working on my timing.
Yeah. Have yourself a great, safe rest of your day. Thanks for the support. Look, if you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand. I get it. If you've had too much, please don't get behind the wheel of a car. I've lost way too many friends like that. Don't want to see that happen to you. Sure, the shit don't be posted on social media, or you will lose a lot of friends like that. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Hey, good looking. It's the Bailey Show podcast. jasonbailey.com. It's a website.
Okay, this episode's over. Goodbye.
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.